Okay, so today we are diving into a story that is right at the heart of the AI revolution. It's about a company that's not just trying to build a better app, it wants to completely change how we find information online. We're talking about incredible speed, huge ambition, and, yeah, some very serious controversy. Let's get into it.
Right off the bat, you need to understand the scale of what we're talking about here. A company that didn't even exist a few years ago is now valued at a mind-blowing $18 billion. Its name is Perplexity AI, and it is taking direct aim at the absolute king of the internet, Google Search. And this is the simple but powerful idea that's fueling their entire mission. You know how it works, right? For decades, we've typed a question into a search box, and we get back a long list of blue links. The work is still on us to click, read, and figure it out. Perplexity is asking, what if the engine just did all that work for you and gave you the answer?
So, what exactly makes this approach so different? Well, it all starts with what Perplexity calls itself. See, they'll tell you they're not really a search engine at all. They call it an answer engine. And the keyword there is synthesizing. Instead of just pointing you to a bunch of different websites, it actually reads them, understands the important bits, and then combines it all into one single direct answer. And, crucially, it gives you footnotes so you can see exactly where it got its information. That all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how does it actually work under the hood? Well, it's a really clever multi-step process that mixes AI's language smarts with live, up-to-the-minute access to the entire internet. So it really breaks down into four main steps. First, it uses natural language processing to figure out what you're actually asking, not just the keywords. Step two, and this is a big deal, it performs a live web search. It's not stuck on old data. Then, step three, it synthesizes everything it finds into a single coherent answer. And finally, step four, which is so important for trust, it cites its sources, giving you the links so you can check its work. You know, to really get a feel for where Perplexity fits in, it helps to compare it to something like ChatGPT. Think of Perplexity as your research assistant. It's built for fact-finding and always shows its sources. ChatGPT, especially the free version, is more of a creative partner for conversation and writing. But the biggest difference, hands down, is that Perplexity is built around real-time data, while ChatGPT is limited to the data it was trained on. Now, the free version is already incredibly useful, but for people who need to go even deeper, the company offers a premium subscription called Perplexity Pro. And the Pro version, well, it unlocks some seriously powerful features. You're not just stuck with one AI, you get to pick from the best of the best, like GPT 4.1 or Claude 4.0. You can upload your own files, like a dense PDF report or a spreadsheet, and have the AI analyze it for you. It can even generate AI images and has a more powerful Pro search for when your questions get really complex. So we've got a seriously powerful tool, but the story gets absolutely wild when you look at just how fast this company has grown. It's been nothing short of an explosion. Just look at this timeline for a second. The company was only founded in 2022. By April 2024, it was already a unicorn worth over $1 billion. But then, just a little over a year later, in July 2025, a new round of funding catapulted its valuation to an incredible $18 billion. Let that number just sink in. $18 billion. That's a valuation that puts a company in the same league as some of the biggest, most established tech giants out there. And they did it in just a handful of years. And listen, this isn't just investor hype. This number, 780 million, is the number of questions Perplexity answered in a single month back in May of 2025. That's more than 20% growth month over month. Real people are using this a lot. And that money and momentum, it's coming from some of the heaviest hitters in the tech world. We're talking about Jeff Bezos, the guy who founded Amazon. NVIDIA, the company building the chips that power this whole AI revolution. The CEOs of Shopify, and the former CEO of GitHub. When these people open their checkbooks, the rest of the world definitely pays attention. But, and this is a huge but, this incredible, lightning-fast rise has not been smooth. As Perplexity has gotten bigger, it has run headfirst into a storm of accusations from some of the world's most respected media organizations. This quote from Forbes really just cuts right to the heart of the controversy. In June 2024, the magazine published an article accusing Perplexity of essentially stealing their reporting, summarizing one of their exclusive stories without giving them prominent credit. This one incident basically opened the floodgates.
Now, to understand what happens next, you need to know about a tiny but crucial piece of internet plumbing, the robots.txt file. Think of it as a digital do not enter sign that websites put up to tell bots and web crawlers, hey, you're not allowed to scan or copy the data on these pages. And the allegations start to form a really troubling pattern. You have major publishers like Forbes and the New York Times claiming copyright infringement. The CEO's response? That the feature has some rough edges. Then you have tech reporters from places like Wired who discover Perplexity seems to be ignoring those do not enter signs, a charge the company tries to blame on third-party crawlers they use.
The criticism has been absolutely brutal. In August 2025, the CEO of Cloudflare, a massive internet infrastructure company, did not hold back at all, comparing Perplexity's tactics to those of state-sponsored hackers. So let's be clear, this isn't just a simple business disagreement. It's becoming a fundamental fight over the rules of the entire internet.
So where does all of this leave us? On one hand, we've got a technology that could genuinely redefine how we learn and access knowledge. But on the other, it's completely bogged down in accusations about how it's getting that knowledge in the first place. This really is the central conflict, isn't it? Perplexity gives us this glimpse into a future of instant, synthesized answers, a tool that is incredibly powerful and, frankly, super convenient. But at the same time, it's facing these massive questions about copyright, consent, and digital ethics that could honestly threaten its very existence. And that's really the question we're all left with. Is Perplexity a pioneer, charting the course for a new, more efficient internet and just rewriting the old rules as it goes? Or is this incredible platform built on a foundation that disrespects the very creators and publishers who produce the information it relies on? The answer to that question is probably going to shape the future of information for all of us.